Welcome to the Channel for Grace. Gobind will be live shortly. Book a tarot or astrology reading on our website, channelforgrace.guru, and check out our latest programs and classes. Please give us a share and a like, and we hope you enjoy the broadcast. Welcome to the Channel for Grace. Gobind will be live shortly. Book a tarot or astrology reading on our website, channelforgrace.guru, and check out our latest programs and classes. Please give us a share and a like, and we hope you enjoy the broadcast. Welcome to the Channel for Grace. Gobind will be live shortly. Book a tarot or astrology reading on our website, channelforgrace.guru, and check out our latest programs and classes. Please give us a share and a like, and we hope you enjoy the broadcast. Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to this broadcast. My name is Gobind, and this is your Channel for Grace. Let me know if you guys can hear me okay. I'm very excited to talk about this crazy Mars and Aries transit that we're about to begin. This is, to be completely clear, this second shift in 2020. So we've had one big shift that started with the Saturn Pluto conjunction in January, and this is the second one. And so it's almost like we're starting the next phase of the journey of 2020, and all the revelations that will come of this next part of 2020 are going to be pretty dramatic, to put it lightly. We just talked about in the summer webinar that I did on Thursday evening, where we covered all of the major events for the next 3 months. We just talked about some of those crazy transits, and some of them are going to be, Mars in Aries squaring Pluto 3 times, and then squaring Saturn 3 times. So basically squaring these 2 planets for this entire time. And what it brings up for us in terms of those energies. I also did an Instagram this morning, or earlier today, but what it brings up for those energies is a little bit of it's volatile energy. So we're going to talk about what this means. I'm also going to tell you where Mars in Aries will be transiting your chart and what that means for you. Mars will be in Aries for 6 months, so it's going to be a journey. It's going to be a powerful journey. Let me say who's here in the chat. Thank you guys for watching. Please make sure to give this video a thumbs up. And if you're new to the channel and you happen to find your way over here, make sure that you subscribe and hit that notification bell so you get notified of when I go live and when I upload videos. We've got Wendy in the house. Hello. We've got Steph. We've got Chanel. We've got Valerie. We've got, who else is in here? That's it, of the people that are in the chat, but there's more people watching, so I see you, and hello. If you want to I'm also going to do mini readings tonight. If you would like to get on the list, you can send a $25 donation to my PayPal account, and that is, there's a link in the description of this video. You just click on it, and it'll take you straight to my PayPal, and then you'll get I'll get the notification, and you'll be on the list. I'm gonna actually add. I think somebody just signed up, so we're gonna put you on the list, and so we got Angela is number 1 on the list. Yes. So before we get into the readings, we're actually going to talk about Mars and Aries a little bit. This, earlier today I was talking about it on Instagram, but basically this transit is going to be here for a while. It's going to be here for an extended stay. And what that's going to mean for us is we are going to we're going to feel this intense activation energy in the beginning part of it, which is going to be like the next 3 months. And then in September, we've also got Steph on the list. In September, we are going to, it's going to go retrograde. And so for September, October, November, Mars in Aries will be retrograde. And then in November, it'll go direct again, and it'll be in Aries until January 6th. So the reason it's going to be in Aries for that long is because it's doing its transit. It's going 1 degree, 2 degrees, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's going all the way to 28 degrees. And remember, there's only 29 degrees. So it basically completes its entire transit. It only misses 1 degree, the last degree, right, before it goes retrograde. And then it does the whole thing all the way back to the beginning. So everything that we go through between the 1st degree to the 28th degree, we get to revisit every single degree. And then it goes direct again, and it's like a second chance to correct, to get back into, action, which is all what Mars in Aries is about. And then it'll continue and then eventually finish its transit through Aries in January and move into Taurus. But it's like, basically what Mars is saying is like, okay, we're here and we're here to take action. Mars, when you think about Mars, you think about action, you think about drive. Hey, babe. You think about courage. You think about the warrior. Hey, Greenie. Hey, Stacy. Hey, Boobarth. You think about a very masculine and strong energy. I've seen people that have Mars in Aries in their chart, especially guys. If they have Mars in Aries, or there's a lot of Aries energy, but especially Mars in Aries, because Mars is like, it's like your physique. If you have Mars in Aries, not everybody, because it depends on other stuff, but I've seen some guys with Mars in Aries that are all like, they're buff and they're ripped, you know what I mean? They work out all the time. That's like the Aries energy. That's like the warrior. And that's what happens when Mars moves into Aries. It comes home to its sign, which is a cardinal fire sign. Cardinal meaning it initiates change. But it initiates change like with the full blast, because it is that moment in this ruled by the springtime. When the sun moves into Aries, that's the spring equinox. It is the beginning of the astrological year. And it is when that seed, the seed that it has been, in through the winter inside, the pressure becomes so much that it literally explodes out. It has to bust out of its shell and begin to grow and begin to flourish. That's Aries energy. And it all aligns astrologically, and even with the seasons, like everything aligns energetically with this energy. So we're about to bust out. Like, people are about to bust out, like, full strength, full power. Let's do this. And so Mars is going to be transiting one of your houses, and wherever it's transiting, that's where you're going to feel your power like reawakened for the next 3 months. If you know how to use this energy correctly, you literally become the superhero. You literally become like the highest expression. If anybody knows the Enneagram, you become the highest expression of a number 3, like a number 3 on steroids. Okay, that's Mars in Aries. It's like let's do this. Let's get her done. We have, we got a mission. We got something to do, and it's gonna be amazing. But that's that Mars in Aries. So the next 3 months are going to be the cycle that will activate within us this inner drive. And I think we for since the beginning of 2020, we've been feeling this energy of sort of, there's a stillness. There is when you go from the winter into the spring, the spring kind of activates a little bit, but it's really right now in the summer solstice, where everything really begins to flourish, and it activates, and it explodes. It full bloom. It's like the fruit. It's no longer the flower, now it's the fruit. And Mars is going direct, or Mars is entering Aries during this very powerful time of the summer, where the sun is at the height of its power. And from now on, the days will start to get shorter. But remember, we just had a new moon solar eclipse in Cancer on the summer solstice. We're going to have another full moon lunar eclipse in Capricorn on July 4th and 5th. So we're still in eclipse season, and Mars will be entering Aries tonight. So it's a big deal. And I don't know, I want to know from you guys, what have you been feeling these last 2 days? Because Mars has been at the 29th degree, the last degrees of Pisces, which is totally different energy. Like Pisces is the end, Pisces is the completion. Pisces is you merge with the divine. Pisces is the dreamy world. Pisces is literally rules sleep. And yesterday it was like, I felt like sleeping all day. And today, same thing, low energy, like just not happening. And I'm wondering if you guys have been feeling the same, because it's about to change. Mars is in a place right now where he's like, we're almost there. I want to go, but I can't yet, because I'm still in this like Pisces energy, but he's so ready to go. And it's a gnarly transition. And today we also had this crazy, grand square in the sky between the nodes. It was the nodes, it was the moon, and it was Mars. So he was actually involved in this crazy grand square, which creates tension that needs to be released. Let me make sure I'm catching up on the comments here in the chat. I have a couple of announcements to make too. That are really freaking exciting. Oh my God, I cannot wait. If you want to get on the list, there's plenty of room, you guys. It's $25 to my PayPal. We haven't started the readings yet. Hello, Tina. She says, I'm a Pisces and I've been exhausted. Stacy says, like, big things are getting ready to burst forth, like on the precipice, the last few steps to the mountaintop. Totally. There's a lot going on right now, and this is another major shift, and we're in it today into tomorrow. So, hey Trudy, welcome in. Nice to see you in here. So, like I was saying, if you know how to use this energy, you can literally become a superhero and create and take action towards everything you ever wanted. Like, I would highly recommend that you take advantage of the energy. This is what can happen with Mars and Aries, though. Mars and Aries, there's a shadow side to everything. We live in a world of duality. We live in a world of yin, yang, masculine, feminine, light, dark, and there's a dark side to Aries too. So we have to talk about that part because you need to be aware of the whole spectrum. You need to be aware of the whole picture. So Mars in Aries can be very aggressive. It can be very impatient. It can be selfish. It can be confrontational. It can be strong. That's the good part. It can be assertive. That can be good or bad. That can be used for good or bad. It's a risk taker, and it's also a daredevil. So I don't know. That can go either way, right? It can be a leader. It can be pioneering. It can be confident. It can be energetic. It can be adventurous, action-oriented, and it is linked to our drive and our passion. And it has this kind of a childlike wonder and curiosity of like what's next. It's this energy of like, let's go with an exclamation point, you know? It doesn't really care about the consequences, and that can be the problem with Aries, because and especially when it gets ramped up or riled up, it becomes angry. Anger is ruled by Aries. You know what I mean? Like the anger, the outward expression of anger is ruled by this like Aries energy. If that happens and that Aries energy gets agitated or ramped up, it's very difficult to calm it down. So think of the Fool card in the major arcana. I don't know if you know the tarot, but in the Fool card, you see the image of the Fool, and he's like about to walk off a cliff. And there's a little dog going like, hey, don't fall, you're about to fall. Hey, hold on, pay attention. But Aries is like just like charging ahead, full speed ahead, he's so excited about the future. He's so excited about his ideas. Like he's so excited about making it happen that he doesn't look around. But that's all right, because we can use that energy to our advantage. We are aware of what we want. We are aware of where we want to go next. And if you let that little energy of Aries get activated within you, like imagine the things that could happen. Imagine the things that you could do. And so the other thing that you need to remember is that Mars is the god of war, and Aries is its ruling sign. And in this sign, he gains all of his strength and all of his power back. The last time that Mars was in Aries for an extended period of time, just like we're having now, was in 1988. And that was the Soviet war in Afghanistan. And that was 32 years ago. And then the next time that it's going to happen is not going to be for another 47 years, until 2067. In 2067, it'll happen again. So this is it's a very powerful time. It's a significant transit. It'll create a lot of movement, both good and not good, in terms of it's gonna help fire up the change that needs to happen in the world. And we all know that change, people, what's the deal with like humans or humanity is like sometimes we need some crazy harsh thing to happen in our lives in order to finally change. We need that tower moment to happen. We need that tower to fall in order to actually make the change. It's really hard. It's easy to coast. Like it's easier to coast and be like, oh, everything's good, until shit goes down. And then you're like, oh, you have no choice but to deal with what happens. So, and it's unfortunate that it's like that, but you know what? That's just the essence of being a human being on the planet. And so I think collectively what we're going to see in the whole world, and remember, we're entering the age of Aquarius. On December 21st of 2020, the winter solstice this year, we're going to see Saturn and Jupiter move into Aquarius together at the same time. Both enter Aquarius like boom, 0 degrees, like boom, into the new world. Jupiter expands Saturn's, entering into the new world, which is, Saturn creates a logical way of like revolutionizing things. Like it organizes things. So yes, Aquarius is revolution, and yes, Aquarius is like a little out there and maybe not out of control, but a little bit like, revolution is revolution. It's wild. It's out there. It's like not controllable, but Saturn says, you know what? I can figure out a way to do this, or in an organized manner where we can actually make it happen. Instead of this out of control stuff, we can do this. And Jupiter expands that power of Saturn to do that. And so that's happening on the winter solstice. And that, I've heard there's many different theories about when we're exactly moving into the Aquarian age and the dates. And some people say it's not going to be for another hundreds of years, because when you look at sidereal astrology, it's not exactly in Aquarius yet. But the truth is that we're at We're at the merging point of the two constellations when you look at the ecliptic. Hey, Dewey and Ellie. And we're in between. We're like, we're already entering Aquarius, but we haven't quite left Pisces. So we're like at that merge point. And that's why 2020 is like it's transition. Transition never really feels good, especially when you're used to doing something for so long, which we've been used to doing life the way we do it for so long that all human beings on the planet are going to be like, oh, that's too much. I can't change that much that fast. But we don't really have a choice. It's happening, and this Mars in Aries is going to be, it's where it starts. You think you've seen change in 2020, like, the change is from here. Yeah, it's coming. In our lives, personally, and in the collective, there's always a us and the everybody together. And the energy affects everyone, whether you believe in astrology or not. I'm sorry. It'll affect you. Do you want to walk this path? Do you want to walk this journey with your eyes closed? Or do you want to know? What? At least be aware. Have the knowledge. Knowledge is power. So, I'm going to tell you guys right now in which house, based off of your rising sign. Trudy says Mars in Aries also activates the solar eclipses, possible new beginnings this week. I mean, we got some major new beginnings. Yes, of course, it'll definitely activate the eclipses, and it'll create like shift like you've never seen it before, because we've never seen this before. Like all of this Pluto, Saturn, Jupiter energy in Capricorn, like this year has been the epitome of like the tower moment, right? 2020 is the tower. You know, there was this little it was so cute. It was like this candle, and it was like the commemorative candle for 2020 the commemorative candles for 2020 have arrived, and it was a dumpster with a little candle in it. And I thought that was the funniest shit I ever seen in my life. Because at first I couldn't tell if it was like what it was. I'm like, oh my God, it's a trash can. So the change, it's like 2020 is this tower moment, and things are falling apart, man. They're falling apart, and I'm smiling and I'm laughing because I'm a Gemini. I have so much Gemini energy in my chart. I laugh at everything, you guys, okay? So don't take it personal. It's not funny, but it's hilarious. Because really all you can do is laugh about it. It's just like that crazy. It's that crazy. But you know what? You know, who here in the chat believes that they're, a light worker or starseed or like someone who is a healer who at least came and you feel like you have a purpose that's beyond just like, pay bills my whole life and then die, that kind of thing. Like if you feel like you are someone who with a mission, and you know what I mean. Like people who don't have them, they're like, what are you talking about? I don't get it. But if you have a mission, you're like, me, like that's me. It's very clear. Like for those of us that feel that like, yeah, that's me 100% is, we came here to be here. And what I mean by that is we came here to be here. Like we came here because like everything that we've learned in our lives up to this point, it is culminate, like all that knowledge, like we're supposed to be using it and applying it right now to the max. Like we need all hands on board kind of a thing, right? We need everybody that can help like on board with this transition. And the thing is that it's not necessarily about this outer, like, oh, I got to help the people outside of me, or I got to help the external world outside of me. It's more about you gotta hold it together. Like when someone else is falling apart, you're holding yourself together during this time. That's the example that the world needs. Because what happens when you're like on top of it in control. You know yourself. You know, whatever practice you do, wherever you are on the spiritual spectrum of practices that help you stay grounded and connected and on top of it and like awake. Those are the the people that start to fall apart are gonna be like, "What are you doing that's helping?" Like, how are you doing that? And you're gonna be like, "I'm present." You know what I mean? I'm here. Like, I'm not afraid. I'm walking into the fire with my sword or whatever, like I'm walking into the future. I'm not scared, and I know that life isn't always fair, and I know that things change, and I know that everything's falling apart, but we don't need people to fall apart with it. Like, we need to stay strong, and that's the work that's really needed more than anything. Because when you stand in your power, you give other people strength. And so that's what's happening. I'm totally channeling right now. I can feel it. I'm getting fired up. I can feel that Mars and Aries energy. I can feel there are some powerhouses watching me too. It feels good. So let's go into, thank you guys in the chat. Yes. Thank you for your comments. So basically, if you're Aries rising, this is going to be Aries is going to be transiting your first house of the self. So that is like you become the object of how this manifests, how this Mars in Aries manifests. You become the object of that, right? So you're going to feel like physically strong to do, but fire it up. You're going to feel physically strong to do what you need to do. And it has to do with your self-identity. Who are you? Like, claim it. If you're a Gemini rising, this will be, or Taurus, sorry, I skipped Taurus. Taurus rising, this will be happening in your 12th house of the subconscious mind and the divine. And so this is going to be like an activation of like your psychic powers. You'll find the strength to be connected to God, whatever God, or however you define God for yourself. Like, you'll be like, this is it. This is me. This is how I connect. And then it'll get stronger. That connection, once you accept it, fully accept it, that connection will get stronger. For Gemini rising, this will be transiting your 11th house of friends and sharing your gifts with the world. So in terms of networks, in terms of the connections in your life, in terms of you literally sharing your gifts with the world, this is going to be about you stepping fully into your strength as you do this, as you share your gifts with the world, and have the strength and the energy and the courage to do what it takes to make it happen. For Cancer rising, this will be transiting your 10th house of career. Okay. So if you felt like maybe, in your career house, you haven't been quite the best you could be, well, you're about to become the best you can be in your career. And the career house is how you show up in the world. It's not just my career. It's like, no, this is me in the world. Like, I have arrived, and that's powerful, because that has to do with making money, bringing in the bread, bringing in that abundance into your life. When you have the strength to make it happen, and the courage and all that stamina and all that fire, cardinal fire, then you're more able to handle what like to make it happen, right? I keep using that word, but it's the same theme for everybody. For Leo rising, this is your 9th house of spiritual integration. So this is a powerful journey, like a spiritual journey for you. These next 6 months are going to be a journey, and it'll be all about stepping into and fully connecting with your higher self, your soul, your faith. It'll reawaken your faith. For Virgo rising, this is happening in your 8th house of change and transformation. And that is, you will have the strength to get through any hardships that come at you. Because when the god of war, Mars, enters the underworld, he knows what's up. He is friends with Pluto. In fact, Mars and Pluto will be making a 3 squares in the rest of the year. 3 squares to Pluto, 3 squares to Saturn. And those are, I talked about in the summer webinar, so go check that out to get more details. But they're going to create some, there's going to be a showdown. Like, there's going to be some crazy, like, what's the word I used for it? I can't remember. It's not destruction, but it's like they're gonna cause some freaking damage. Like they're gonna kill it, you know, in a good way, you know. Although some people, it's all about perspective, right? But Virgo, you'll have the strength to just get through whatever comes up. Libra rising, this is going to be happening in your 7th house of relationships. So whatever you want to achieve, what do you want for relationships, right? So it's interesting because you're the opposite of Aries. So you're the wishy-washy one. I'm not saying that to offend anybody, but you're the one that like wants to include everybody. And Aries is like, no, it's all about me. Well, the Mars in Aries is going to give you the power to actually make decisions in your life where otherwise you would have had a really hard time to make a decision in terms of relationships for the next 6 months. For Scorpio rising, this is your 6th house of work and being in the present moment. So in terms of work, and I'm talking about the kind of work that you do, not necessarily like your job, but like the kind of work you do, you'll be like on fire. Like you'll be able to get things done, projects done, things completed. It'll feel like an activation. Sagittarius rising, this is your 5th house of creativity. So I'm really excited for Sagittarius rising because this is like where you get to start to really get creative and manifest in your life in a way that I don't think maybe you even felt before, because I mean maybe in 1988 you had that, but if you're at least, you were probably, relatively young back then, but now you can be aware that this is here, Capricorn rising, this is in the 4th house of the home. So Mars will come in and say, okay, all of the things that you've been wanting to change about your life in terms of home, you'll be able to finally accomplish them because you'll have the strength and the courage to finally do it. Aquarius rising, this is the 3rd house of communication. So in terms of communication, your power, the power of the word will be on your side. Like people will be listening. So you're the one that has to be the most cautious about how you speak to the world. Because if you feed the wrong wolf, like which wolf will you feed? One makes you strong and one makes you weak. What happens if you feed the wrong wolf, the one that makes you weak? You'll end up saying things that you regret. You'll end up like spouting at the mouth when you didn't mean to do it, or you didn't mean to say that. So you have to be very honorable and like aware of how you speak and how you communicate. And then the last but not least, Pisces rising. This is in your 2nd house of finances and values. So in terms of like bringing in the money, you got this. Like the strength, the courage, and the drive that you're going to have to like make money is going to be unreal. So tonight, it starts tonight. Thank you guys so much for being here, and thank you for letting me share this information with you. If you want to get on the list, you can. We've got a few people on the list so far. I'm gonna check real quick the PayPal and any little messages that come in. But thank you. And PayPal. Let's see what we got. All right, so we got Angela and Steph. So far, so we got wide open list. And the announcements. Let me make the announcements too. Guess what? So who likes Nako? Who likes Nako? So it affects your rising sign mostly because that's the most accurate like placement of Mars in your chart. But if you look at your if you go back and listen to what I said for the sun, your sun sign, and you align more with that and you feel like an intuitive connection to that, then that's an energy that you're sort of resonating with. And so I would say, okay, that's also my reading. But I would go in terms of accuracy, astrological accuracy of your chart, go with your rising sign. Thank you, Rebecca. Thank you, Christina Maria. How's it going? I didn't even know you're here. Hello, Elena. There's more people. I like Nako. Nako fan. Nako. Me. Hello. Hello, Pawan. Okay, so guess what? Did you guys hear me announce that I'm finally going to record my album? It's been a long time coming. It's been 8 years to be exact. It was 8 years ago that I started to write songs. Write my own songs with actual lyrics, not just mantras, with actual lyrics of my own, telling my story. So I'm officially going to be recording my album. And I have found the perfect person, the perfect match to help me do this. And guess who he is? He is the one and only bass player for Nako's band. His name is Patricio, and he is from Chile, and he's amazing. And we've met in near Santa Barbara, which I told you guys the story. I've been telling the story. Santa Barbara is where 18 years ago my grandma died. 18 years ago, my mom threw my grandma's ashes in Santa Barbara because that's what my grandma wanted. And my grandma has been my strongest guide throughout my entire life. We got Tara on the list. And when I was sitting there with Patricio talking to him about it, and we were after we were discussing the album, discussing the creation of it, which is amazing to me. I can't even believe it. But we were literally talking about it, and then we're driving away, and I'm like, oh my God, babe. I turned to Dawn and I'm just like, it just hit me. This is where my grandma's ashes are. And I was like, whoa. How is it that I'm going to be recording my songs like where my grandma's like, it's just, I'm going to get emotional. Okay, so anyways, so I created a GoFundMe page. If you want to help make this dream come true, there is a link in the description of this video as well. If you want to donate to my GoFundMe account, which goosebumps for me too, which you guys have no idea. Like, you guys have already raised more than $800 for me. And it just like, it warms my heart that I have so much support from all of you guys. You guys make it happen. You guys have been asking me for years to do this. And I've just let my intuition be my guide. And it finally said yes, 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 yes. And the ultimate yes was the realization that my grandma was like, was the right there all along, you know, like, here we are, you finally arrived, you know, waiting for that moment to just throw that bomb at me. Like, that's what's up, you know? So guess what? That's not even the announcement. The announcement is that I'm going to have Patricio on the channel next Thursday evening, right? I'm going to interview him. Thank you, Rebecca. Oh my God, is that seriously how much there's in there? $979? So I haven't even checked it today. So I will have Patricio on the channel on Thursday. So you guys better come to that and tell your friends. Somebody said I'm crying. Oh, I almost just cried, but I'm a Gemini. No, I'm just kidding. I have to hold it together. I'm on camera. But he will be on the channel on Thursday. Tell all your friends about it. It's going to be amazing. We're going to talk to him about his journey with music. He's an amazing musician. And I can't believe that the person that has actually produced one of Nako's albums, which is the one My Name is Bear, is going to be producing my album as well. Like it's all I wanted. Like that's what I wanted and I got it. And that's like the perfect example of like, you want it? Go for it. Like body, mind, spirit, all of it. Make it happen. So Wendy says, don't get me started. So he's going to be here next Thursday. You guys definitely show up for that. Put it on your calendars and share it all over Facebook, because that's actually really cool. That's a really cool moment, to be able to bring someone that is that freaking accomplished. To me, like it's a huge thing, to come onto the channel. And he, like I said, he's an amazing musician and we're just going to have a blast. So, whew. Woo! Let's get to the readings, yeah? Dude, I can feel that fiery energy already. It's getting to me. So thank you guys to everybody that has already donated to the GoFundMe page, and those of you that will donate in the future. You literally have no idea. Like, this is a dream. It's been 8 years in the making. 8 years. Thank you. Thank you so much. So we got Angela on the list first. So that you can pick from, you can do a tarot reading where I'll pull tarot cards and oracle cards. You can have me look at your natal chart if you want, if you have the time, meaning the time of birth. Or you can have me look at your transits and how they're affecting your personal chart. And then and those are the types of astrology readings. And if you want me to look at compatibility, like if you have the information of the person that you're interested in or your partner, and you want to know a little bit more about how you guys generally interact with each other, I can do that kind of a reading as well on here. So let's get this party started. And that if you have signed up and you're on the list, just have your question ready, and then when I call your name, just be ready to paste it into the chat, and then let me know if you want astrology or tarot, and we'll go from there. But thank you guys so much for being here tonight. Exactly. Okay. Angela says, whatever you intuit, want to know whether I move forward with a big business decision. Okay. Let's pull some cards. Thank you, Angela, for being here. Oh, did you want me to do a natal chart reading? You tell me. I'm going to wait for you to tell me what you want, because it looks like you're putting up your birth information, which actually I think we should probably look at. Let's look at the transits. Let's look at your transits. Let's do a transit reading. So what I do is I pull up the chart first, and then I show you on the screen. So if I look at your transits, I'll be able to give you like a general idea of what's kind of happening in your 10th house of career, and also the 2nd house of like business, and also the 8th house. So maybe it'll give you some insight that will help you kind of make your decision. I think that'll be good. So let's do that. So we've got May 29th, 74. How are you, by the way? I like how we meet during these like auspicious times, you know? Oh, what was the location? Where were you actually born? City and state. Thank you, Christina, Maria, and thank you to the moderators that are in the chat, letting you guys know what's going on and where to find more information about everything that's happening on the channel. Thank you guys so much. Yes. I love astrology. Oh, good. And I've been, yeah, so much energy. I have been, that's what I thought. Um, that's I've been kind of feeling a lot of intense energy too, but I've been also excited about what's coming for sure. So let me make sure I got this information correct. I've never looked at your chart. You're a Gemini. For some reason I thought you were a Cancer. Interesting. Okay, so I'm going to take a picture. And so depending on where your sun is and your rising and all that stuff, these transits are happening in a very specific spot. So let's share my screen. Give me 1 second. That's why I like doing the transit readings, especially if you want like very clear information. Gemini sisters, yes. The twins. Okay. So here is me. So this is your chart in the middle, and then the transits on the outside. So the first thing, you guys, this is crazy. So Mars officially just moved into Aries because he's at 0 degrees. He's right there. He just moved into Aries right now while I was channeling, the event was occurring. No wonder I felt like such a. All right, so Mars is going to be transiting your 9th house of spiritual integration. And when he transits your 9th house of spiritual integration, what this is going to feel like for the next 6 months is a spiritual awakening. Like you haven't had plenty of them, right? But it's going to feel like it's a journey. It's a spiritual journey. It's one that has to do with like the energies of Jupiter, the energies of Sagittarius, which is like curiosity, which is like seeking knowledge, and you are you're a Gemini, and so you naturally are curious and you naturally seek knowledge. But the 9th house is the house of it's what you believe in, it's your faith, it's like your hopes. And so the next 6 months, what you're going to be doing is like fully working on whatever project this is, whatever business decision you're making. It's going to be connected to the spiritual journey for sure. That's the first thing that I notice here. That's a powerful placement for that Mars. There we go. Okay, so interesting. That tells me that like there's going to be a lot of energy and a lot of power and strength in that area. So I'm leaning towards like, okay, if you have the backing, then move forward with it. Let's see what else is going on here. You have had a lot of the so the Saturn and Pluto conjunction of January, the Jupiter Pluto conjunction that's happening right now, and the ones that are following. All of that energy, all of that big change has been happening in your 6th house. So believe it or not, in 2020, what's been happening is the work that you do on a daily basis and your daily schedule and the way that you're able to feel present, that has been changing. It's like whichever way you used to do work before, the universe has said that's over, and now you have to find a new way to do this. So maybe you have found new, like a different kind of work or a different way to approach work and your daily schedule in your life since the beginning of January, and it will continue to affect you for the rest of 2020. That has been like the main theme for you, is this house of work and being in the present moment. So something in that area of your life has had a major shift for you and will continue to will continue to for the rest. That's the theme for you. The Let's look at Venus. Venus is right here. She has just gone direct. She's going to be conjuncting your sun in like the next few days, the next week, within the next week or so. And so she, sun conjunct Venus is a really auspicious thing. I was born with sun conjunct Venus. And what they say about that conjunction, it's like the angels are around, right? So I'm visualizing that there's right now in general, because even though it's not exact yet, it's not at 7 degrees like your sun is. She's already there. And so if you feel the presence of like a lot of your spirit guides, your angels, your teachers around you as you're getting ready to make this decision, that's exactly what you're feeling. Like they're here, but it's a helping hand. It's Venus is it's a benefic planet, so she brings in the energy of good luck, and also really good luck in terms of finances, of making money, because she does rule both the 7th house of relationships, but also the 2nd house of finances and like material possessions. So that's a very auspicious thing. So I think that whatever this project is that you're about to embark on is going to be both spiritual in nature. It's being, very positively, you're being positively aspected right now. So I would say this is an auspicious time to make your decision, whatever it is that you're making. And then knowing that the theme for you has been this really powerful shift in how you work in general in your life. So let's see what else. You do have, see, this is interesting because you were born with the North Node in Sagittarius and the South Node in Gemini. And right now, the North Node is in Gemini and the South Node is in Sagittarius. So that's like a flip. That's like an opposite energy. And so where you naturally feel in your life that you want to go search for the truth and you want to travel, maybe even travel the world or travel a lot in general, and you want to seek higher knowledge, like maybe higher education, or go discover the world. Normally that's what you want to do, but right now that energy is kind of being restricted, and the universe is asking us to focus more on what's right here in front of us. Of course, we have the ability to work with people that are all over the world because of the internet, right? But what it means, it's like for you, it's going to feel like your need, your desire to like be free and have that freedom is feeling a little bit restricted right now. And so you have to find, reconnect with your sun, like the energy of your sun, which is that Gemini energy of finding in the details how you can make it work right here in the moment to make it feel like you still have that freedom, if that makes sense. That's an interesting aspect. And that is the most important stuff that I see. So hopefully that gives you some insight and helps you make this decision. I feel like whether you move forward with it or not, I feel like intuitively you already feel that it's a yes. Because what I'm seeing in the chart is it does feel like a yes. When you have Uranus transiting your 10th house of career, and Uranus is asking us to build a new world, okay, good. Then you are in alignment with building something new. And that's been a theme for you for a while. Uranus transiting the 10th house is be innovative in terms of work. So there you go. Thank you, Angela. It was so sweet to do this reading for you. Thank you. Yes, it feels like a yes to me too. I feel honored. Awesome. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Exactly. Okay. So we have got Stephanie is next. And you're welcome. And I'm going to check the PayPal real quick to see. I think somebody else donated as well. I can't remember who Petite Beauty is. Oh, thank you, Angela. I appreciate that. Yes, you may. Okay, Chanel, sorry. I forget. So we're doing Steph's reading right now. So I'm going to pull up your chart. So I'll need your info. Thanks, Christina. And there's still plenty of room on the list, you guys, if you want to get on and get a reading for this. Like, actually, this is a really good time to get a reading. If you're going to get a reading right now is a good time. I can't believe we're live exactly. Like, I was talking and doing this live exactly the moment that Mars moves into Aries. That's just wild. So we're in it. We have arrived. I love this. Epic. And and I hope you guys are feeling good, because this is not time to be scared. This is a time to feel good about yourself, to feel good about your life, and to know where you want to take your life. I'm actually today. I almost got all of the stuff that I need to make those little zodiac necklaces that I'm gonna make. I'm so excited about those, and the stamping, the zodiac signs, and stuff like that. And I've just been having a blast. Like, I'm so glad that all of that has arrived, and I'm getting ready to like make that happen. That project, I've been wanting to do that for a long time. 86, 17 p.m. Bishop, New York. Okay. So let's see what's happening for ya. I know. They're going to be fun. They're going to be like really, like, they're going to be like good quality, because I don't make cheap stuff. And they're not going to be like crazy expensive though. That's the good thing. But I like making quality stuff, you know what I mean? I just saw a couple of people signed up, so I'll check the PayPal in a moment. Okay. But I mean, like, it'll last ya. It'll feel like your favorite. I want it to feel like your favorite necklace that you never take off. That's how I make stuff. Okay. So let's see. This is your charts. Well, let's look at the main thing. You've got Mars in Aries. There he is, 0 degrees. 0 degrees. He just moved in. Like, he was not at 0 when I started this broadcast. But he's transiting your 12th house. Look at that. That's intense, because when he conjuncts Chiron in your 12th house, that's major deep healing. And not only that, you have Aries intercepted in your 12th house. So that's major healing for you. Massive, massive healing. You will be faced with something that was hidden, In the next 6 months, you'll be faced with something that was kind of hiding or lurking in the shadows that will come up, and that you will have to deal with it. And then once you allow it to come up, then you'll be able to move forward. That's how that's going to work out, and it will activate your intuition, and it will connect you deeper into your divine, the divine, like the world of the beyond. And you'll be working on things related to intuition, psychic gifts, channeling, things like that in the next 6 months. So that's what I see right there. You have the 10th house being totally, activated by Saturn, Jupiter, and Pluto, which means that in terms of career, this is a realm that has been changing for you since January and will continue to change. So notice where your intuition leads you, because if your intuition is going to like wake up and ramp up right now, notice where it will lead you when it comes to career, where it wants to take you when it comes to career. Let's see what else. This is interesting. Venus in your transiting your second house right now. She just went direct. We just completed, the retrograde journey, but conjuncting your natal Chiron when she gets to 10 degrees is going to it's going to create even more healing in terms of the way that you communicate with the world. Is that crazy? And you're a Capricorn sun. You got all this stuff in Capricorn, and that's connected to the 10th house of career and ambition. So you are an ambitious person, and you do set goals for yourself. You just have to let the changes be the changes. You got to go for it. You got to go for it, because all your power is right here in the spiritual house. Do not waste the next 3 months. Even if it means you gradually go into it, but Mars is not going to let you do this in a gradual way. It's going to go apeshit. It's going to be like, let's go now. So don't wait. That's what I would say. Like, definitely do not wait. Don't waste the next 3 months, because when Aries goes retrograde, you're going to regret it if you didn't make a change, if you didn't move forward. And that's what I see. Awesome. Thank you. I know a bunch of people just, yeah, exactly. And it has just been activated right now as we do the reading. Let me go back to PayPal, because I know a few people came on the list. Quite a few. We'll add Stacy. We'll add... And remember, when you sign up, you get on the list for June. And June is there's not gonna be that many names on June, so you have a very high chance of winning if you get on the list for June. We got Tina. Everybody's gonna want astrology. We've got Christina. We've got Rebecca. We've got Dawn. And one more that just happened. Jennifer. All right. Wow, exactly 10. Yes. Okay, here we go. We better just keep going along. Tara. Go check it and let me know. And let me know what the name is, because I've got Tara, Chanel, Stacy, Tina, Christina, Rebecca, Dawn, and Jennifer. That's what I got on the list. Go check it and see what happened. So be ready with your question, because now we just, like, a bunch of people just jumped on the list. So to make sure we keep this as smooth as possible, think I'm going to put my hair up. It's time to put the hair up. To keep it as smooth as possible, make sure you have your question ready, your information ready. So when Jill, okay. So when I call your name, that all you have to do is just click it, and paste it, and we're ready to go. Let me drink some water. I am so excited for Thursday, you guys. I'm going to have Nako and Medicine for the People bass player on my YouTube channel. Like every time I feel closer to this like dream of like being in the world, like out there in the world with my music. Rebecca, I know. I'm like, hold on. Gotta get ready for this shit. Oh my God. Yes, thank you everyone. And then last night, did you guys watch last night's video? Oh my God, that was like epic weirdness. I went live last night to do readings. And like before I went live, I had this feeling, hey Sheila, I had this feeling that I should not go live because no one had gotten on the list yet. And even though that doesn't matter, because usually I go live and people get on the list, such as exactly what happened today. And it didn't matter. It didn't bother me at all. But I had that feeling. I was like, I don't think people are going to get readings today. And so I went live anyways. And I was sitting there like, tarantula. Cracking myself up. Like just completely cracking myself up. And I was like, I don't have a plan, you guys. I'm going to go. I was like, I'm going to go. Peace out. And so 22 minutes into the video, I was like, I cut it off. And I went to bed. And I was like, we're done. You know, I was like, we're done. I was like, I'm not doing this right now. Everything said don't do it. And I did it anyways. And I was like, all right, universe, I got you. But it was just hilarious the way it happened. And then today, it was like, it wasn't ready. Like it was like, please don't do this right now. You will regret it. And I didn't regret it, but you know what I mean? I was tired and I was exhausted and I've been working my ass off because I have been working nonstop since I got back from my trip because I didn't do all the things that I thought I was going to get to do work-wise on the trip. And so when I came back, I was like swamped with getting all my outline done for the module 2 for Aquarian astrology. I had to get the slides done. I had to get the handouts done. I had literally like 2 days, 2.5 days to get all that done and set up for the class. And then I went live for the class. And then as soon as I ended that, I was like writing down dates for the webinar that was on Thursday and writing down descriptions. And I did not stop working until up to the webinar. And then I went live. And then I had a meeting with my friend and we're planning this awesome journal that I can't wait to put out. It starts October 31st with that full moon in Taurus, but it'll be a calendar of the whole year, a journal of the whole year with all the Celtic celebrations, all the Celtic festivals, which includes the equinoxes and the solstices plus 4 more that are literally, you don't even have to think about it. It's just the day in between the equinoxes and the solstices are also a festival. So there's 8 total, including all the new and full moons of the whole year. And it'll be like all in one book. And so I was working on that. And then when I finished that, my body just went, we're done. So that's what happened. Sorry, I'm blabbing. Sorry, it's that Mars and Aries. Okay, so Tara. So yesterday was just not the day. I want a chart reading, but I can't get into PayPal. You can send Cash App. Yes, you can send Cash App. Cash App. My Cash App is, I think it's money sign Eagle Star Yoga. I think that's what it is. Okay, Tara. my God, I better stop talking. You guys need to keep me on track. Moderators need to moderate me too, okay? June 17th, 1960. And Baton Rouge. What a cool name. And time? What's your time, Tara? What is the time? Oh, there it is, 2:50 a.m. So make sure, if you can, this it's easier for me if you put it all in one message, okay? Instead of different messages or different, you know what I mean. Otherwise, I'm having to like scroll through the chat to find all your information, and I don't want to get messed up because there's random people posting their birthdays too, apparently. Okay. Louisiana. So, did you want a transit reading or a natal chart reading? I'm just going to make sure I have this correct. June 17th, 1960, 2:50 a.m. Okay, we got all that. Okay, transit. Got it. Oh my God, what are you laughing at, Wendy? What did I say? Oh, to moderate me too? I already forgot that I said that. Okay. You guys are both cracking up. I love it. They're both like, I'm going to do it. I'm totally going to moderate her ass. You're like, she gave us the green light. Mm-hmm. Okay. I'm going to have fun with this one. Shannon, too. Shannon's going to have the most fun with it. Just kidding. Okay, here's Tara's chart. Let's grab the Apple Pencil, not your regular pencil, to do this. Okay. Settle down. Rebecca. Oh, Rebecca. Okay. So here we go. Transit reading for Tara. Where has Mars gone direct in Aries? Here we go. Mars is transiting your 11th house. Your 11th house of friends and sharing your gifts with the world. However, for you, this transit is going to be happening in your 11th and your 12th house, because Aries, even though he's at the cusp of your 12th house, he's partly in your 11th and partly in your 12th. So this is both houses being affected. Now, the 11th house is friendships, networks, how you share your gifts with the world. And then in the 12th house, we just had a reading where somebody had it in the 12th house. It is all about connecting with your higher self, the divine, your psychic gifts, your intuition. Those things will get activated and you will start to take action. So part of the journey for you is going to be showing up for the world, sharing your gifts, and then the rest of it is going to be like allowing yourself to fully connect and be in that stillness that is like the universe or the divine or the higher self. And for you, this year has been all about completely changing. It's been a spiritual awakening for you, for sure. Straight on spiritual awakening. Things like you may have felt some pretty crazy stuff come up at the beginning of the year that you've been dealing with, and now you will have the strength to sort of complete, or at least get that journey moving forward towards healing yourself. Can somebody write it in the chat? It's money sign, Eagle Star Yoga, all one word. One of the moderators will put it up for you, Luce. Okay. Let's see. You were born with Sun and Venus conjunct. That's a really prosperous, really nice aspect that creates a lot of good luck in your life. Like, it almost feels like you have protection You can see the dust clouds. Stop it, Dawn. Oh my God. I told him not to go. Just kidding. Don't tell me that. Okay. He's driving right now, you guys. So basically, you love, that's perfect, Tara. Okay. I love it. Thank you, Christina. So basically, it's you have this protection around you in your life. You're very lucky, and it's easy for you to financially bring in financial abundance with that aspect happening right there in your second house. So no worries there. Let's see. And you also have the North Node transiting your second house of finances. So this is a year for you to bring in abundance, to focus on how you can, bring yourself, your soul expression into, the realm of relationships, but also the realm of there's a lot of self-healing. I mean, I just noticed this Venus in your, in your first house, and she just, did that crazy retrograde. So a lot of things have been changing for you in terms of like maybe how you make money. It's been kind of a spiritual journey, but I think it's going to start to come to a culmination. Yes, I think it's going to start to come to a culmination, and you're going to start to feel the energy start to really move forward for you. And it's a very auspicious energy to have the North Node conjunct your Sun and the North Node conjunct your Venus, your natal Venus right now. Really auspicious. Mercury is retrograde in Cancer, and you were born with Mercury retrograde in Cancer. So you might be a lot of emotional stuff might be coming up for you. That feels like it's just old stuff that is being, that is sort of moving through. So that's that. So that's what I see. Okay. Thank you so much, Tara. Next we have Chanel. I'm going to go check PayPal and Cash App real quick. We're going to add Michael. Or no, that's Jill. Ah, see? That's Jill. And then I just saw Cash App notification. And that's... Let me write Cash App. And then it's loose. Will you do me a favor, Luce? Give me 1 second. I just gotta check. Will you do me a favor? Because I don't have... Okay, so I'm going to need a way to be able to contact you in case you win the June giveaway. So will someone please put my email so that she can email me? Will you please send me an email and say, I'm this person, I signed up for a reading, so that I can actually put you on the list for that giveaway. Otherwise, I won't have a way to contact you because Cash App doesn't give me your emails. So just send me an email so I can have your email in case you win, okay? Lilia. Okay, so I don't need your information yet because it's not your turn yet. So make sure you save it. So when it is your turn, then we get to you. But right now we have Chanel. Chanel is next, and she's going to do a transit reading. I'm going to need you to post it again, Luce, at the end. So just so you know. We got like quite a few people in line. Okay, so pulling up Chanel's chart. Okie dokie. July 14th, 1984, 1:53 a.m., Lansing, Michigan. Okay. Transit reading. Okay, so here is your chart. This is Chanel's chart on the screen, and we are doing a transit reading. So oh wow, look at you guys. How many people, the last 3 people that had a transit reading have Mars in the 12th house? Coincidence? That's kind of crazy. This for you is also a somewhat of a spiritual journey, and for you, Chanel, your theme for the year is career changes. Lots of shifts in careers, like doing something that feels right instead of what you have been doing. I do see this kind of crazy. That's kind of crazy. That Saturn Moon conjunction, that can't feel good. Saturn is conjuncting your natal moon in Aquarius. Probably feels a little restrictive. It feels like you're not allowed to feel what you're feeling, or you're not allowed to express yourself right now. But when Saturn moves back into Capricorn, that you won't feel that as intensely, but it'll still be in that general vicinity. So you're gonna feel like right now, until Saturn moves out of that conjunction, I feel a little bit of restriction in terms of career. But what you need to bring your focus to is over here to your 12th house, where you have Aries intercepted, which means it's a focus of your life. It's a very important thing. So this is a very important part of your life for you to connect to your intuition, for you to connect to, the power that you have, to channel, to use, your psychic gifts, your psychic skills to do what it is that you want to do in your life. You've got North Node also transiting your second house of finances, so activating your desire to bring money into your life, and then the South Node in the 8th house will bring in a lot of changes for you. Yes, okay. And that's pretty much what's going on. Venus is conjuncting your North Node. There's a lot of powerful things happening, you guys, in all these charts that I'm looking at. But Venus conjuncting the North Node is a positive thing, and you were born with North Node in Gemini too. So you're feeling an activation this year, or for the next 18 months or so. For the next 18 months, you're feeling the activation of your purpose, your life purpose, which is to be here in the world, which is to be yourself, to shine your light, to share, to be that teacher, because Gemini is the teacher. And the way that you're the teacher is by being yourself. First house, your North Node is in your first house. But that Venus conjunct the North Node is a really beautiful, auspicious, and it's actually activating your North Node. That's what it feels like. I'm having this thing too. I have North Node in Gemini, I think at 6 degrees. So I have this conjunction right now too. And it just feels like there's hope. It feels like hope for the future. But that's what I see coming for you in the next months, and the themes that are affecting you right now. Those are major things, major themes. Thank you, Chanel. Okay, Stacy is next. I think after, we'll see what happens, but I think I might, after Luce, we might close the list. But we'll see. We'll see. Not yet. We'll figure it out. Hello, third eye activated. All right, let's pull it up. You're welcome, Chanel. Don't be nervous. September 1st, 1978, 10:10 a.m. Dorham. I should just leave it on this screen. Okay, let's see what we got. Where is Mars? Ooh, Mars in your sixth house. He's going to be transiting the sixth house and then a little bit into your seventh. So this is work, work and like being here, being able to be present for yourself for every day, your daily schedule. And this is also your seventh house of relationships. And so, choosing, you are a Libra rising, so you do have Aries at the cusp of the seventh. So being strong in terms of what you want in relationships, like making choices, making things happen, going out and finding what you want. If what you have is not what works. Uranus is transiting your seventh house right now. That's interesting. He's actually exactly conjunct Chiron. Um, Relationships are a very important theme of healing in your life. And with Uranus transiting the seventh house, sometimes that can be divorce energy, or at least endings, revolution, and moving out of something that is, Uranus shakes things up. So that's kind of what I see happening right now. So if you feel like your relationship house, like all your relationships have been like turned upside down, that's what's going on. It's that Uranus transiting your seventh house. The solar eclipse happened in your ninth house of spiritual integration, and that's an activation, that's a spiritual awakening for you. That means that the next 6 months are going to be very important for you in terms of paying attention to like your spiritual path, your belief systems, what you want to achieve in your life in terms of like, your faith. And at home, everything's been changing this year. Home is like getting turned upside down. And it will continue to do so because those are the things that have to change for you. That's the biggest theme, is like home is different. It matches the energy of the seventh, right? The Uranus and this in the fourth house of the home and seventh house of relationships. It's like, whoa, that's a lot there. And so you need to focus on right now. You need to focus on your daily schedule with Mars here. You need to focus on what you want, and you need to start taking action towards making that happen in your life. And that's the main thing that's happening. Yeah. Yep, that's where to focus. And if you had that, that journey of Venus, if Venus retrograded and did her whole journey in your eighth and ninth house, again, that's more energy of like changing, because you have to redefine yourself, redefine your where you are spiritually in your life, your relationship to your faith. That's a lot. That's a lot. I'm not gonna lie, that's a lot to deal with. But now with Mars, you're gonna have the strength to take care of yourself in the day to day, and to keep it together in your daily life. All right, that's for Stacy. So we've got Tina next. You're welcome. These are fun. These are fun, you guys. It's fun seeing. See, do you see that now Mars moves into 1 minute of Aries? It was at 0000, and now it's at 0010. Dude, I feel so much better. Let's go party. Let's go to the beach. Let's go ride around in the car and drink a chai. Oh, wait, no, I'm on a cleanse. Damn it. I'm glad this worked out today. So, waiting for Tina's question. And then let me just read who's on the list. Yeah, right, Wendy? We've got Tina, and then Christina, and then Rebecca, and then Dawn, and then Jennifer, and then Jill, and then Luz. That's who we have on the list. Oh my God. I'm getting hungry. Thank you everyone for signing up. And remember, on Thursday, we're interviewing a Nako and Medicine for the People band member, my new producer. Let's toast. Right, Sheila? Oh, I just bought, okay, so like I got this cleanse approved thing. I bought this turmeric chai mix, unsweetened, score, unsweetened. It's got turmeric, all this amazing stuff, black pepper, all this stuff, and I can't wait. And I'm soaking my almonds so I can make my own unsweetened almond milk and drink some turmeric. And I seriously have not been drinking enough water. Bad jai, bad jai. Okay. Here we go, another transit. 9th, 1973. 12:38. Houston, Texas. No, I didn't. It wasn't last week. I've had it. Okay. Tina, March 9th, 1973, 12:38, Houston, Texas. Let's go, and then let's add the transit. Whoa. Okay, then. This is kind of exciting. All right, here we go. First thing I see is that Mars is transiting your 10th house of career. That's a big deal. Look at this. Chiron. How old are you right now? How old are you? It's going to take a minute. When you turn about 50 years old, you're going to have your Chiron return. And that's going to be really powerful. But with you being born with Chiron in Aries. Yes, golden McLattes. Oh, you ordered one. Oh, you were saying Jai. I ordered one. Yes, Rebecca. So having Chiron in Aries, that means that in your life, you have this identity crisis about, like, it's like you don't know who you are sometimes, and you're trying to search for yourself. Your whole life you've been trying to search for yourself. And Chiron has made it so that you have to figure that out. It's also in your 10th house, which means that in terms of career, this is where this has been happening. It's like it feels weird. Shelly, Rebecca. It feels weird because all of this stuff is happening in your 10th house. The 10th, Mars transiting the 10th, gonna conjunct Chiron, who's actually in Aries right now, and this is healing our ego wounds. I mean, that's heavy energy hitting your 10th house of career and how you show up in the world. You're going through a major identity kind of crisis, but also a shift that's very needed right now. Your relationships have been completely changing and transforming this year. You've been letting go of people that don't no longer serve you, and you've been finding new connections. Look at this. No, that's epic. Saturn, you were born with Jupiter at 2 degrees. So on December 21st, 2020, on the winter solstice, you're going to start a Jupiter return. And it's going to be when you have a Jupiter return, it's abundant. It doesn't matter if you work or not. Because the 10th house is about how you show up in the world. It's not just about work. So in terms of Jupiter, you're going to have your Jupiter return, and that's abundant. That's an abundant time. And when Saturn and Jupiter move into Aquarius in December 21st of 2020, you're going to feel a powerful activation towards thinking about the future. And that's when your Jupiter return is going to start. So you're going to see a lot of really cool things start to happen when this happens on the solstice. So look out for that date, December 21st of 2020. Venus and the North Node are transiting your 12th house, and you have Saturn there too. This is a deep journey into sort of the abyss that we call the ocean, into the unknown, into the void, and a re-emerging with a new sense of self, which is very much needed because you, like I said, you were born with that Chiron in Aries. You need to redefine who you are, and Venus has been helping you do that through the realm of like the subconscious. And so if you feel a lot of subconscious stuff coming up, that's why, because Venus has been going through your 12th house. And the eclipse also happened in your 12th house. And so for the next 6 months, there's a theme. There's an unveiling for you. There's an unveiling that's happening. You're going to start to see the truth about stuff intensely. Okay. We got Christina next. Thank you guys so much for being here and your patience. I'll read you the list. We've got Christina, Rebecca, Dawn, Jennifer, Michael, and then Luz. Thank you, moderators. Okay. Let's see what we got for Christina. So what messages does Christina need to know right now in her life? I really do feel so much better. It's like an instant feeling better. Whoa. I'm like, thank God. That was a gnarly 2 days. I thought there was something wrong with me. But then I was like, no, it's got to be the astrology. It's totally the astrology, because as soon as Mars moved into Aries, I'm like, okay, I feel amazing now. The Fool. Get out, Christina. OMG. That's that Aries right there. Mars is like, I'm going to show up in this reading hardcore. Ooh, 2 swords. There's a choice to make. There is a choice to make. What's this choice about? What does she need to make a choice about? You know, so your energy is about to get activated, right? The Fool card it's a new beginning. It's that Mars. It's Mars right there. Mars just showed up in the reading, in the tarot reading, you guys. I was talking about the Fool card, and there it is. Libra Sun, Capricorn Rising. What is this decision that she needs to make? What is she on the fence about right now? Or what is this, this energy of the Two of Swords have to do with? That means Cancer. If you've got Capricorn at the cusp of your first house, that means you've got Cancer at the cusp of your seventh. And then if you go backwards, the cusp of your fifth is Gemini. The cusp of your fourth. No, wait. The cusp of your sixth is Gemini. The cusp of your fifth is Taurus. And the cusp of your fourth is Aries. Eight of Pentacles. Oh. It's something that has to do with the, like building something, creating something. Let me double check what more deeper meaning of the Eight of Pentacles, but it's building, it's like building something. The Pentacles card is all about, it's the earth element, but it also has to do with money. So the Eight of Pentacles is, it resembles learning a new skill, and focusing on work. And this is a card that says there might be a new job coming in soon. So are you trying to decide what to work on next, where to work? If you are, there's some positive news, like something's coming, and you're gonna feel really good. It's like you're gonna learn something new. Wow, that's cool. It might be your third house too. I'm totally like, don't like count on me with my crazy mind calculations. Queen of Cups. Well, that was cool. Like she appeared. It's like magic. Your career is over. Well, there's something new on the horizon. You're gonna have to make a decision. Mars is gonna help you do that, but I feel like you're gonna embark on a journey of learning something new. Maybe you're gonna go to school again or something like that. Not school, but like maybe you're gonna like do a workshop or something. Are you doing my astrology school? Queen of Cups is about mastering, the realm of the emotions and being centered. It's like Cancer energy. The cups are Cancer energy, which is the opposite of your, if you're rising Capricorn, you've got Cancer on the opposite. So that has to do with your relationships. All right, this is it. Knight of Swords. Okay, something powerful is starting. Like there's a powerful energy that it's coming, and it's coming fast, because you've got the Knight of Swords, and you've also got the Knight of Wands. This is fast moving energy, and this is passionate energy. So you're moving forward to something really beautiful, something new, to learn something new that you've never learned before, but you will have to, make a decision about it. If you're on the fence about something, like you'll have to make a decision about it. You'll have to, you'll have to trust your emotions. You'll have to trust your intuition, that Cancer energy, but know that it's coming, and it's coming fast. It's coming, and it's coming fast. That's what I'm getting. Thank you. So we've got Rebecca next. Rebecca, Dawn, Jennifer, Jill, and then Luce. Riding right along. Thank you everyone that has signed up for a reading tonight. And if you missed the beginning of the video, make sure you check it out. Make sure you check it out. Because I was freaking straight up channeling. You want to hear what I said in the beginning. Tarot Oracle, please. Any advice from Spirit regarding how to fully let go of Adam? Feelings and tears keep randomly showing up when I think I'm all good. That was at Mars at fucking 29 degrees of Pisces. I'm just kidding. Okay, how to fully let go of Adam? How can Rebecca fully let go of Adam? What advice do you have for her, Spirit? How can she fully let go of Adam? It's interesting because you're doing it. Like the grief is part of the letting go. Wow. Whoa. Okay, five of five. Let me just show you first, and then we'll talk about them. But Five of Swords and the Empress came out first. King of Swords. King of the Mind. Yeah, like it's grief, you know? Like it's letting go. It's like you can't, you know, I feel like it's already happening, and you just need to let yourself go through the motions. Those are the motions. The emotions are the motions. Yeah, 10 of Pentacles, there's something more important to focus on. And then the High Priestess. Interestingly enough, you know, with the High Priestess and the Moon, she's the Moon Goddess. You know, I have my whole class that is the Moon Goddess. With the Moon Goddess or the High Priestess, you know, she's completely in her power. But the thing too is that here's how to move on. This is the answer more than any other card. I'll look at the other ones too, but more than anything else, I feel like the High Priestess has a really powerful message, because here's what happens with the High Priestess. She allows for anything and everything. The whole like theme of my Moon Goddess training, which I'm planning on having another one, you guys. If you're a lady and you're interested in doing my Moon Goddess training, let me know. I'm going to be planning another one. I usually do it once a year, but I'm going to be planning it, and it's going to be like it's going to be evolved from the regular one that I do. So if you're interested, let me know. So I just want to know what the interest is out there. So the High Priestess, the whole thing about my Moon Goddess training is like it becomes you see how much you flow with the moon. You see how much you go up and you go down, and you're all over the place emotionally, and it's completely okay, because that's the nature of who we are, right? So the way that to allow yourself to let go of him more easily is to just let whatever is coming up come up, and just flow with it. I keep getting all of these abundance readings when I use my cards. Just got to get out of this random. It's okay. The thing is, you don't have to get out of the funk. You just have to go through it, you know? She's cool, huh? So you have to, like, it's like it's being empowered through the change, you know? But that's what's coming through, right, with the cards. That's why I'm focusing on that. And I know that you also know how to do that, and you're aware of, you know what I mean? So let's check out this Five of Swords, though. This is interesting. There's like death energy in this card. There's a solitary energy in this card. And, you know, I think that what's happening is that you feel defeated. Like this situation feels like it defeated you. Like it feels like it was an empty victory. And so you're devastated, and a little part of you feels ashamed. I think there's part of you that feels a little bit ashamed of yourself. Hey Eric, because it's almost like you at one point you may have had a lot of like an illusion about it. Like, even though you knew what you were doing and you were aware of the whole time, I think there may have been a moment, at least maybe now, and this is a subconscious thing, because this could be like a pattern that's behind, like lurking behind the surface, that's coming up right now, that's showing you like, ooh, yeah, maybe at one point I had this big illusion and I let myself get carried away with the illusion, and so now I'm like shaming myself for it. But the Empress card coming up right after it, she's saying stop. Look at her hand. She's like, just stop. And she's sending you healing. And that is so beautiful. This card is so beautiful. She's like, she's feeling into your energy. This is Mother Earth. She's aware. She can sense you, right? She can feel you, but she also has her hand up saying, just stop. Like it's a gentle reminder. Like, just tune. She says stop. She's saying stop, and she's saying tune into me. Can you feel me? Can you feel me? That's what she's saying. And she has a message for you. When you get a chance, go out in nature and be in nature a lot. The Empress is Taurus, nature. Nature will heal you. That's the answer. Whoa. And then the King of Swords, right? This is strength of the mind. This is overcome, like, be strong, let yourself feel, right? Let yourself flow with the moon, which is all the emotions and all the moon centers. And every 2.5 days, you switch energies and you're like a different person, and that's okay. Flow with that, but also be strong-minded. Have a strong mind. And know that you're focusing on something that is of abundance that's coming in the future. It's like you're building your life. The Ten of Pentacles is it's abundance. It's that energy. It reminds me kind of like the Ten of Cups in a way, but in pentacle energy. That's what it reminds me of. And it's a time of prosperity and wealth and abundance and security. So beautiful things are coming. Like the answer is like let the earth heal you. Let the earth heal you. Oh my God, I love that. That was so sweet. Yeah, that was a powerful reading. We got Dawn next. Exactly. I know, I've noticed. I've seen you post pictures of being in nature, and I'm like, God, that's so awesome. Well, it's like you're already doing it. You're already doing it. She has something to tell you. I think she has a message. I think you should go out in nature and meditate. That was powerful. That card was like, it was like, come to me, child, come to me. It was a calling. It was intensely calling you. I could feel it. I wanted to go. Yeah, except the grass where they sprayed Roundup on Christina. I'm just kidding. I'm such a savage. All right, back to the astrology. Here we go. So, Dawn. Never mind. That wasn't Dawn. I thought that was Dawn giving me her birthday. So we're Katiana. Thank you for being here, and I appreciate you watching. And then the way that you can get a reading tonight is you can sign up for one and get on the list. I have a list going. We've got 1, 2, 3. We got 4 people. So if you want to get on it, I'm feeling good. I've got that Mars energy going. So if you want to get a reading, just just get on the list. It's through my PayPal, and the link is in the description. And then we'll get your chart done. Okay. Me too, Rebecca. Me too. And keep your dogs off of it too. Ooh, tarot reading. I love it. Okay. So here we go. Tarot reading on your dating life. Blessings, Rebecca. Channel your grandma. Oh. Whoa. What's she seeing from the stars? Damn, Dawn. That's intense. I actually like it. I like the challenge. What she's seeing from the stars. There's a new guy for 3 months. So you've had a new guy for 3 months, and you want like a reading on that. Oh, here's another message. I still wish it would be possible with my faraway guy, and a long ago love just showed up this week. Any of them? Well, let me just give me a moment. I love that. What she's seeing from the stars. Awesome, Katiana. Okay, so what does Dawn need to know about her dating life? Okay, I feel like that was part of it. Whoa, the High Priestess and the Empress came out for your reading too. That's kind of crazy. Wow. Like, maybe that's what I was feeling. Maybe that's on the moon. Whoa. Get one. Dang. All right, hold on. Let me grab these. All right, here we go. Okay. There's a lot of goddess energy in your chart. I mean, in your chart. There's a lot of goddess energy in this reading. There's a lot. Okay. Let me switch screens. Sorry. So the three of Wands is the first card that come out, and what I see in this image, I'm looking at the image more than the meaning of the card, but the Wands is the fire element. I'm seeing like a really beautiful friendship. I'm seeing like a really beautiful connection, but it's like a girlfriend. It's like a friends thing. It's not necessarily romantic, but somehow is there someone in your life that you're like a girlfriend, another woman that is like supporting you right now in your life, because somehow this person is meant to be there for you, and you're meant to like feel like you're not alone. You're meant to feel like you're not alone, because you're definitely not alone. That's what I see in this energy. Like a sister or a best friend or something like that. I don't know, for some reason it's like important. I was holding it up so you could really feel the energy of the card. And then we get the Page of Pentacles. And what I see in this card, the Page of Pentacles, this is the scholar. This is someone who's educated. This is someone who's curious. This is someone who activates your intellectual desire to like talk about stuff, to talk about things that are like not necessarily like your everyday normal conversation. And this person is reaching for the Eye of Ra. And the Eye of Ra represents a third eye that is opened and sees the unseen and hears the unheard. And what I feel from this picture, from this image, is that you're being seen. You're being watched from above. You're not alone during this time. That's what I feel from this image. You've got the next three cards are like the goddess cards. You've got the High Priestess. Then you've got the Empress, that card that we just saw with Rebecca's reading. And you've got the Moon. So all this goddess energy is no joke. This is your emotions This is a connection to Mother Earth. This is you being in your power. And I think that the relationship that you have with this person, and the fact that like your spirit guides, angels, and teachers are saying, you're not alone. Like, you're reaching for the right thing. Yeah, right. You're reaching for it. You're reaching for the knowledge. You're reaching for the truth. Like keep reaching for that, because there's something really beautiful that is activating in you right now, which is your ultimate strength of woman. The strength of a woman. That's what's activating right now. The things that you're dealing with right now, that makes you feel unsure of yourself, or I think you're dealing with some grief of some sort, because you've got the 5 of Cups, and the 5 of Cups it deals with grief. So like loss, the grief from the loss of something. It could be maybe past relationships, right? It's the grief of maybe that relationship that you're like expressing that you wish would still be here, but it's not. And the grief, obviously, it needs to be expressed. It needs to be released. But the next 3 cards that are coming are actually the really beautiful, powerful ones. You've got a king coming. A king coming into the picture. Not just any king, but a king of swords. And I feel like this represents a relationship, because right after it is the 2 of Cups, which is all about coming together. This is a relationship. So the king of swords. So I feel like and then the page of wands is the last card. Passion. Somebody who's very passionate, somebody who's strong-minded, but at the same time, like strong enough to like handle all that goddess energy. Right? Yeah, exactly. So someone strong enough to handle all that woman, right? All that woman energy, all that goddess energy, but who's also very passionate, and who's strong in their mind. They know themselves. Any of the king cards are they're masters of their element. So he's the master of the mind. Not in a negative way, but it just means he's centered in his mind. Like he might have strong belief systems, but I think in the end he's fair, because it is the air element, and this is a romantic relationship. So if you're in a relationship right now, this might be referring to that. If you're not in a relationship, then there might be someone coming who resembles this energy, which is like, it's powerful, right? It's like, that's what we need. Like goddess energy needs strong masculine energy. Okay, that was awesome. So next is Jennifer. So there you go. Super awesome reading. So here's the list. We've got Jennifer, Jill, Luz, and then I believe there was one more person that signed up. So let me just double check. Katiana. And remember, if you sign up for a reading, you get entered to win the giveaway for June, and there's not that many names in June. And then also, let me see if I can find hang on a second. I tried to contact Megan. I don't know if Megan you're watching, but Megan, you won the last, I'm trying to find the last name. Hang on. So Megan, if you're watching, I emailed you, but I haven't gotten a response. But Megan Coronorier one, the a life purpose reading, I believe it was for May. So if you're watching, if you happen to watch this video, make sure you email me back. Check your spam folder, so that we can get that reading out to you. Okay, so Jennifer, here we go. Okay. $117.71. 12:34 a.m. in Buffalo, New York. It's all good. All right, here we go. This is your chart. Let's find Mars. He has entered in Aries in your 5th house, and he's going to be transiting your 5th and your 6th house. So this is your house of creativity, and this is also the house of work. So you'll feel a lot of strength being activated in terms of how to work on your daily schedule, the things that you do on a regular basis. And it's work because it's like the work that you do, but it doesn't necessarily have to be related to your job or your career. It's just like the way that you work on a day-to-day basis. That's where you're going to find the most strength. So the creativity is getting activated now, and when Mars moves into your 6th house, which he's mostly going to be transiting your 6th house, but there's a little bit of the 5th that it's activating before it moves into the 6th. So that's what he's doing. Are you 50 yet? Did you turn 50? I don't like, my brain doesn't do that kind of math. But I just want to know when was your Chiron return, cuz that seems to have just happened. Not just happened, but like meaning just a few. Okay, so you're 49. Interesting. Okay, so you were born, that's interesting. Hang on. So you are pretty much going through you're pretty much going through your Chiron, your Chiron return. You were born with Chiron in the 6th house in Aries, and he is at 9 degrees of Aries. So you're kind of going through this transition right now where you're going through your ultimate, your final like spiritual completion process. And when Mars conjuncts Chiron, you're going to feel a powerful, like, it'll be the activation of that Chiron energy that has been asking you to heal the way you identify yourself as in the world, especially in terms of work and your daily life. Like, who am I in terms of work and daily life? But that is Chiron in Aries is a crisis of identity. It's like, you need to know, who am I? Why am I here? All of these questions have been pretty predominant in your life. And so going through the Chiron return is the ultimate healing of that wound. It's like, that's your original wound. And Mars is going to help you through that process. So it's it's definitely powerful and a big deal. You also were born, you have your sun at 26 degrees of a Capricorn, which means that all of these transits of Capricorn, transits of Saturn, Pluto, and Jupiter have been aspecting your natal sun. So that's big, like personal shifting. I mean, I feel like this year has probably felt like one thing after another, sort of like attacking you, but it's all for the awakening of your soul and the awakening of your identity, your true identity coming out. The Saturn, Pluto, Jupiter conjunctions were transiting your third and fourth house, which is a lot of shifting. Mostly your third house. This is communication, how you communicate. This is the house of siblings. This is also the house of like transportation. It's it's been changing the way that you communicate with the world and how you express yourself to the world, which is in essence very closely tied to having Chiron and Aries, because if you don't know who you are, then you don't know how to express yourself to the world. The solar eclipse happened in your ninth house of spiritual integration, so it activated a 6-month long journey into spiritual integration for you. And your relationships have been going through a massive shifting this year. Your relationships that have to do, the love partnerships and also business relationships. You may have been, in the last few years, a few years back and a couple of years forward, you may have experienced a divorce or a breakup or something like that in your life, in some kind of important relationship. Let's see. Honestly, that's the main stuff that I see, the most important stuff. It's no easy simple stuff. I mean, this is huge changes, huge awakenings. And it's like you're on the right track, but you just have to allow the change and the shift to happen and continue to move forward. So that's where I'm going to leave it, because I feel like that's kind of a lot. What I just said is a lot. So there you go. I've been studying this like awesome stuff. It's a degree theory by this guy. His name is Nikola, and he's from Serbia. But he studies degrees like very clearly, and I am like doing these 2 workshops with him. Oh my god, this is like cool, epic, like really like detailed information about things. I haven't yet like added to my readings because I want to be 100% sure, but I feel like there's so much more that I'm going to be able to provide too. Broke up with 5 months ago. Wow. Yeah. There you go. So there's a lot, and that's part of the journey for you. It's connected to the journey of healing your identity. Okay, we've got Jill, Luz, and Katiana. And I think, did someone else sign up? I heard a notification go off. Yes, we had one more. Oh my God. If you guys are good, I'm good. But we might end it at this one. I think Edward signed up as well. Edward's on the list. Okay. So we got Jill next. She wants a transit reading. October 6, 1971. October 6 is my dad's birthday. 417. How do you say that? Olathe? Kidoki. Here's your chart. Let's find Mars. Oof. 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 You're another one that's going through a little bit of a Chiron return there. Wow. That's like quite similar energy, except Mars is here too, except it's happening in your 8th house of death and rebirth. Death, transformation, rebirth. There, like that's a lot. That's a lot to have in your 8th house. Where's your Pluto? It is actually opposing your Pluto, which is intense. Whoa. So in your own life, you are going through a very powerful transformation right now. It is like from the deep depths of your soul. That it's going to bring up a lot of stuff. It's going to bring up a lot of stuff. Get all that Libra energy. And your Sun conjunct Uranus in your natal chart, which makes you very different. It makes you unique, a unique individual. And you use your power in life to you know how to find balance. You know how to you know also how to like you feel more powerful when you're making money, when money's coming in. You also desire to make money fairly, but there is this aspect there's this aspect of Pluto that wants to be in control and have power. And what Mars does when it opposes it, it creates power, like power struggles. It's like a fighting. It's like fights. So it's like you're fighting with yourself to figure out who you are, to discover yourself, to figure out your identity. And right now, like the thing that's being, activated and transformed the most is your creativity. Your ability to bring things to life. You've been probably doing like checking out different things or testing out different things or trying out different things that you've never tried before, and they're completely new, but you've been wanting to do them. This last year I battled through multi-autoimmune diseases that I've healed with the help of my daughter and Reiki sessions. I love that. Well, Mars in Aries is going to help you like heal the ultimate wound, the core wound that you came into life with, the core wound. Because your strength will come back. That's what your strength will come back. Your physical strength will come back with Mars in Aries. It will oppose your Sun and all this stuff, but at the same time, this is something that you need to go on this journey because it's a healing journey. Uranus transiting your 9th house of spiritual integration, like kind of wreaking havoc, like testing you. Like, what do you believe in? Do you really believe in this? Are you changing belief systems? Have you had to change belief systems? Has your faith been tested? Like, that's Uranus in the 9th house. And then Venus conjuncting your natal Saturn in your 10th house. When it comes to career relationships, there might be some weird energy there because Venus and Saturn don't really like each other. And you know what? You should write a book. You should write a book about your story. That Saturn and Gemini in the 10th house is like, you should definitely write a book. And your book should talk about your everyday journey with it and how your relationships have changed and transformed because of your story. Yeah, exactly. And that's kind of what I see there. I mean, you have a story to tell, and you should write it down because it's going to help a lot of people heal. Awesome. There we go. Luz. It's time for Luz. We got Luz, Katiana, and then Edward, and then we're done. So the list is closed. Thank you. Thanks for subscribing. Water. I'm so happy that Mars has already moved into Aries. You have no idea. That's awesome. Yeah, studying the degrees with this one guy is really like making me sharper. I like it. Luz, Katiana, and then Edward. Make sure you guys have your question ready, your information ready, whether you want tarot or astrology. And if you want astrology, I need your date of birth, time of birth, and location. Thank you for subscribing. I appreciate that. I'm going to have, for the new subscribers, I'm going to have this really awesome, epic person who is the bass player for Nako and Medicine for the People band on the channel. Next Thursday, we're going to be interviewing him and his journey. You're welcome. Hoo-wee. It's almost over. I'm just stretching. Yes. It's going to be amazing. It's so crazy when you put it like that, Christina. It's crazy when you put it like that. So I'm not seeing Luz respond. Oh, there she is. Okay. One 1863. Time 3:30 a.m. What a cool time. What if somebody was born at 3:33? Wouldn't that be cool? So what do you want to know? Do you want me to do a natal chart reading, or do you want me to do a transit reading? Natal or transit? So when you guys, for the last two guys, for Katiana and Edward, when it's your turn, tell me if you want to, if you're doing astrology, tell me if you want a natal or a transit reading. Because I can just look at your natal chart too if you've never had a natal chart reading before. So Luz, do you want natal or transit? Natal chart reading is just looking at your natal chart and your personality, the things that you were born with and your life purpose and stuff like that. Okay. And the transit is Wait, did I take a picture of it? I don't think I did. And transit reading is to look at the actual transits and how they're affecting you. When you say astrology chart, do you mean just your natal chart? Maybe you're not sure what I am talking about. So, do you want me to just look at your personality and your life purpose and things like that, or do you want me to actually look at the transits and how it's affecting you in your chart? Which is, I haven't done a natal chart reading yet. You've been watching transit readings. So if you want what you've been watching, then just let me know and I'll switch the chart on the screen. But in the meantime, I'll just start blabbing. Look at that. Sun in Capricorn, Sagittarius, Rising, Moon in Scorpio. Hi, Paris. Venus in Sagittarius. Moon square Mercury. That's interesting. North Node Capricorn. Well, so Sun. No, that's the South Node. You've got Sun conjunct the South Node. That's kind of gnarly. That's a crazy thing. Who just signed up? Hora, hora. I thought somebody just signed up. Michael signed up again? No. Hang on, I need to check something. Amanda? But it's not showing up. That's so weird. Hang on. Why isn't it showing up yet? Okay. Not showing up in my PayPal. Why? I'm going to give it a second. Okay, here we go. This is Luz's chart. Oh, thanks. Thanks. Diane, Okay, Diane, you can sign up if you want to. You can sign up if you want to. Although I'm losing a little bit of steam, just so you know. Okay, maybe that's why it's taking a long time. Okay, so Mars in Aries. Okay, here we go. Luz, we're focusing on Luz. Mars in Aries is transiting your 4th house. It just moved into Aries in your 4th house, and it will move into the 5th house as well. So this transit for the next 6 months is basically creating change in terms of home. It's okay. How it's going to give you strength to change things and to stand your ground and to be strong in terms of home. And then it's going to activate your creativity. To activate, is the chat really slow? Yeah, make sure the little red dot, the line is all the way at the end of the video. Because otherwise you're watching delayed. So that's 4th and 5th house. House of the home and house of creativity are getting like massively activated by Mars right now. This is the theme for you. The Saturn, Pluto, Jupiter conjunction is happening in your 2nd house, and it's been aspecting your sun and your south node. So this is a lot that you might have lost a lot of money. You might have lost a lot of money in terms of like bringing money in, you might have completely changed the way that money comes in might have completely changed for you this year, but you're getting ready to find new ways of bringing in money. And the eclipse that happened in your 7th house of relationships, which means that for the next 6 months, relationships are also going to be a big part of like theme, moving forward, changing. There's eclipses bring in profound change, and when they happen in the 7th house, they change your relationships. Venus has been transiting your 6th house of work and being in the present moment. And so the Venus transit was like finding, like reclaiming parts of yourself that you've lost. So you're reclaiming yourself by showing up for yourself in your life, and also by taking control of what it is that you want to do on a day-to-day basis. So learning about what you really love to do every day instead of what you have to do, what you really love to do. And so look out for changes at home, changes in your creativity, and changes in your finances, in your financial house this whole year. Let's see if there's anything else. And changes in relationships as well. Those are big themes for you. Okay. Katiana. Katiana. Maybe I have to accept. No, there it showed up now. Amanda, I just got your PayPal. Thank you. So we got Katiana, Edward, and then Amanda. What time is it in Australia? Katiana's been waiting. February 18th of 2000. 8:32 a.m. Woodstock. Woodstick. That's hilarious. All right, let me make sure. Let me make sure I got that right. February 18th, 2000, 8:32 a.m. in Woodstock, Illinois. Okay. Do you want a transit reading, Katiana? Hold your information until I call your name, but make sure you have it ready to just paste it into the chat. Natal or transit? Probably transit, huh? Minus Wilson. That's what we're like doing for everybody else. Whoa, that's a lot of Aquarius energy. Okay. We'll do a transit, okay? So, by the way, you guys, I've done transit readings all day. I have not done a single natal chart reading. Oh, you want a natal chart reading? You don't want me to do transits? Okay. Here we go. You have your sun in. Have you ever had a astrology reading? You have your sun in Aquarius at 29 degrees. That's a really strong degree of Aquarius. That means you're like extra Aquarius. Of course. You have Aries rising, the ham, which means that Mars is going to be transiting like the 12th into the first house for you. That's going to be pretty intense. You have Venus in Aquarius at 0 degrees. And you have your moon in Leo opposing all of this Aquarius. You have an Aquarius stellium in your chart. Okay, this is kind of like my niece. My niece has a lot of this crazy placements. Here's what I'm going to say. You value your friendships more than anything else. You value your friendships more than anything else. However, because you have your North Node in Leo, which means that your purpose in life is to learn to have fun again. And not only that, it's in the 5th house, and your moon is in Leo in the 5th house. This is intense. Let's have fun. Because in a past life, what's happened is you have been persecuted. You feel like you've been persecuted. You feel like you've been different. You feel like you've been in the limelight, and you've had a lot of karmic relationships in the past that have affected you in a way that like has caused you to feel like relationships in this lifetime are still a continuation of that energy. But nevertheless, you do have Venus there, and you do have Neptune, and you do have Uranus, which rules Aquarius. So there's a lot of like power energy. There's a lot of planets in your chart that are in their home, like in their home signs. So they feel really strong in these areas. In terms of career, so you have a question about career. In terms of career, this is your 10th house. You have Capricorn at the cusp of the 10th house. Because you're an Aries rising, all the houses will have they're in their natural places. So that means in terms of career, you're very ambitious. You have a goal. And if you don't have one, set a goal and focus on it. And work towards that goal. You may meet the person that you're meant to be with in your career. This Juno here in Capricorn says that you might meet the person that you're supposed to be with in the realm of career. But that's your energy for the career house. It's an ambitious energy. It's you want to succeed. You want to be important. You want to be recognized for all of those things that you have accomplished. And that's the energy of career for you. And so you're going to feel good when you're in a position of power. But to get there, you need to work really hard. You need to take it, day by day, bit by bit, little by little to get to the mountaintop. And that is how you're going to best succeed in life in terms of career. You may even have a career in the realm of... Here, I'm going to start using some of that degree theory that I learned. Let's see how I do. So the 6th degree of Capricorn is actually the Virgo. It's Virgo energy. So you might have a career where you are of service, like in the healing service. You may have a career that has to do with animals or pets. You may be drawn to working with animals in any kind of way, veterinarian, things like that. That's going into a little more detail, but that's the 6th degree of Virgo, which is, it's practical, but it loves animals and it wants to be of service. So there you go. There you go. Hopefully that gives you a little bit of clarity about yourself. And remember to have fun in life. Remember to have fun. We've got Edward next. And Diane Angel is the last one, you guys, so the list is closed. We can announce it in the chat now. The list is officially closed. Modeling. Well, here's the thing. No matter what you do in terms of career, if you set your eye on the prize and you do the work that you need to do every single day, you can achieve it, because you have that Capricorn energy in the 10th house, which is very ambitious, and like it will get to where it's going. It'll get to where it wants to go. You just have to commit. You have to find what you have to commit to something. So you have to be careful what you commit to, because Capricorn energy doesn't veer off the track. Once it commits, and that's it. You know what I mean? Modeling. That's interesting though. Where would modeling be? I'm trying to see if I can see something that has to do with modeling. Well, that's Capricorn. That's the lesson of Capricorn in your 10th house, is commitment. Oh my God, now you got me curious. I'm going to have to find out like where modeling is in an astrology chart, where you can find that. Kind of, if you're having Venus in the 11th house and she's the goddess, that could be it could, I'm not saying it is, but it could be interpreted as energy of like, because you're Aries, so you're probably very fit. Aries rising, you probably fit, like physically fit. I don't know what kind of modeling you're pursuing, but that, and then Venus in the 11th is like, okay, then you share that gift like with the world in the 11th house. So we are waiting for Edward's question. Make sure you guys have your questions ready so we're not spend too much time waiting for that part. And there's just 3 people left in the chat. Got Edward, Amanda, and Diane. Whew. And I'm about done. I think I'm going to stand up for a second. And thank you everyone for being here. Yeah, there's somebody named Edward signed up. I know it's weird, right? Just kidding. Wendy's like, Edward? I don't know if somebody signed up under an Edward on PayPal, but they have a different name in the chat. Amanda, do you have your question ready? Somebody who's like secretly watching. Oh, I can't wait. I'm going to try my turmeric drink. Yes. I want to make myself my turmeric chai drink. Not chai, but just golden milk, it's called. Amanda, if you have your question ready, will you put it up, please? Come on, people. I know it's so good for you. Let's go, people. I've already been here for like 3 hours. That's savage. That's Mars and Aries right there. All right, we'll go with Diane. Oh, wait, there's Amanda's information. Okay, Amanda was first, so we're going to go with Amanda. Transit reading for Amanda. Okay. September 29th. 1970. 5:05 a.m. Liverpool. If Edward shows up anywhere, let me know, you guys. What's NSW? We're going to put Sydney, Australia, okay? So many people getting readings. Okay, here we go. Mars and Aries transiting your 7th house of relationships. So when it comes to relationships, you're going to be doing a lot of healing. You're also going through what we call the Chiron return during this time. That happens around 50 years old, and that's a major, like, it's a completion of the spiritual integration. It's a spiritual completion of like body, mind, spirit. But Mars is going to give you the strength to fully finish heal that what we call an identity crisis in a way. And wanting to know who you are in terms of relationship has been something that you've been working on your whole life, but now that is coming to the ultimate conclusion. Your creativity has really been shifting. Like the things that you like to do, the things that you like to create in your life have been changing, because that Saturn, Jupiter, and Pluto conjunctions are happening in your 5th house of creativity. So you're learning how to have fun in new ways. You're learning how to enjoy yourself in new ways. The eclipse happened in your 10th house of career. And that's powerful. That is that's activating a 6-month journey in terms of how you show up in the world, and whether you're showing up in the world from a heart-centered space or not. The South Node is transiting your 4th house of the home, which means that it's like giving you a clean slate. It's like it's asking you to revisit what is home for you, and it's changing. It's changing the way you see yourself there in that place, and to ask you to create something different. What really is home for you? And with the North Node transiting the 10th house, this is about career, and also how you show up in the world, like I just mentioned. There's more, activation, spiritual activation, because Venus went retrograde, and this happened in your ninth house of spiritual integration. Again, there's a lot of themes here in your chart that have to do with the home, with your creativity and how you have fun with your relationships, like love and partnerships and business partnerships as well. I think that's the biggest thing. I would say that's the most powerful thing. 6 months, the next 6 months are like massive realizations. You finally choosing what you want out of relationships, finding out like who you are, deciding who you are, and all of that leading towards spiritual integration and basically changing how you show up in the world. And that's the most important things that I see, which is it's powerful stuff. And then Diane. No Edward, huh? 5, 25, 75. If you sign up, but then you don't show up, what do you want me to do? 5:12 p.m. Nothing, exactly, right? May, where are we at? May 25th, 75, 5:12 p.m. Cali, Columbia, she wants a natal chart reading. Okay. Here we go. Here is your natal chart, Diane. Sun in Gemini. I love it. Moon in Sagittarius. Ooh, sun opposed moon. That means that you were born near either on the day of the full moon, the day before, the day of, the day before, the day after. Hold on. The day after, maybe? I'm going to... So May 25th, hold on, you were born. So you were actually, so that morning, very early in the morning, oh, look at that cool mystic rectangle. You're welcome, Amanda. That was a really powerful day. You were born on the day of the full moon in Sagittarius. Did you know that? That's like activation. It's fire energy too. You also have look at this. You have a grand trine of fire. What do you want to know about your career? Mars in Aries. Dude. You're like really like look, Jupiter is part of this trine. And so is your career house. What do you want to know about the 10th house, the career? A grand trine in fire activates passion. Full moon Sagittarius. Oh my God, hang on. It wasn't just a full moon, it was an eclipse. Dude. Cuz look at the node. Oh my God, it was a north node lunar eclipse in Sagittarius with a grand trine in fire. Holy crap, it might have been a total eclipse. Damn. Wow. I'm tripping about this chart. It's crazy. The actual eclipse happened at 3 degrees of Sagittarius. Look at that. It's right next to the North Node. Whenever the moon and the sun are next to the North Node or the nodes, that's eclipse. Look at the degrees. I mean, I'd have to go and look it up if it was a total eclipse, but it was definitely an eclipse. You were born during a full moon lunar eclipse in Sagittarius. That might have been like a total. Wow. Oh my God. I'm just tripping about that. So, I'm not seeing any response, but you have, okay. let's break down this 10th house, okay? We know you have this grand trine. We know you were born on a full moon. That's like intense. You came in during a very intense time. You came in during eclipse season, and we are about to have another full moon on December 17th. We're going to have a total new moon solar eclipse in Sagittarius. December 17th, 2020. It's going to go over Argentina in over a little town called Esperanza, which means hope. Means hope. So that's going to be a powerful time for you because of all this fire energy in your chart. Let's look at this, okay? You have Leo at the cusp of your 10th house of career. So if I was going to go with some basic understanding here, Leo is the king. Leo can be a show off. Leo loves to have fun. This is like your career. In terms of career, you need to be able to have fun. You need to be able to show off. You need to be able to be valued. You need to be important. And that's not like an ego thing. You need to be valued because of it's like your presence needs to shine. And the reason I say that is because Leo is ruled by the sun. And you have the sun here in the 7th house of relationships. So you identify yourself with your relationships, which sometimes can get a little bit crazy. Now, Leo is also at the 16th degree. So what's that? That's 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Aries, Taurus, Gemini, Cancer. So that's Cancer energy. And that is the heart center. That's like the moon energy. That's the emotions. Maybe acting. Like Leo in the 10th house could be acting. Could be an actor because Leos are very dramatic. But that's why I was wondering, what is it that you want to know about your 10th house? Because I can just keep rambling on unless you have a specific question that you want me to answer. But that's kind of what I see, like acting, but like, something that makes you feel at home, something that makes you feel home, like you are home when you're at work, when you show up in the world. But you have this desire to feel important, and it's completely okay. There's nothing negative about that. You were also born, I mean, this is kind of crazy, but you were born with your sun conjunct the south node in Gemini, which creates a lot of, like, especially in the 7th house, like, relationships may feel really karmic to you. You may feel like there's relationships that show up in your life and then they end. And you don't get to shine your light as much as you'd like to. You're a Scorpio rising, which means that Pluto. You mean Chiron return, Wendy? It's not going to happen for a little bit longer because it's 26 degrees, but it is in Aries. Your chart is ruled by Pluto, and Pluto is in the 11th house of friends, and he's in Libra, which means that you do like to find some balance in your life. In relationships, you may be the one that people come to when they need advice, or they need help, or they need things like that. They might come to you, and you might be like the confidant of your friend circle. That's another thing I see. But honestly, like the most intense thing for you is like the fact that you were born during a full moon, like eclipse in Sagittarius with a grand trine in fire. I mean, I'd have to really look deeper into this. Search on Wikipedia what was going on during the world when you were born. That's the Chiron return. What was going on in the world? Because those are the energies that kind of that sort of create you. You are an eclipse. It's like there's no other way to describe that. It's like you are this eclipse energy. Which means that it's revolutionary. I'd be curious to know more about your life. This is a really wild chart. But there you go. Okay, you guys, no word from Edward? Oh my goodness. I'm tired, but not tired. It's kind of creepy. Let me see if he left a note. No. Okay. Thank you guys so much for being here. I can just get him next time as well. So if you're watching the replay and you didn't get to hear me do your reading because you didn't show up in the chat, or you were having issues or whatever was going on, you can let me know. If you but what usually what I do is if I don't get to your reading, then I just do it the next time I do readings, and I do readings once a week. So I'm thinking next Friday will be the next time I do readings again. So we'll start with Edward next week, to make sure he gets taken care of. Yes, yes. So thank you guys so much. There's so many amazing things. Watch the beginning of this video, you guys. I announced a lot of cool stuff. I talked about the transit of Mars and Aries, and then I did a bunch of readings about it. But this is a powerful thing that's going to affect us for 6 months. I talked about the fact that I'm going to be interviewing Patricio from Nako and Medicine for the People on Thursday on my channel. So if you love Nako and the band, we're going to get to talk to him and find out his journey and everything that he's been, kind of experiencing and going through in his life right now with all these crazy changes, because all the bands and all the musicians are not getting to play right now. So that's hard. So that's that, you guys. And thank you so much for supporting me here. And if you'd like to donate to my GoFundMe page to finally produce my album, I would so appreciate it. I love you, love you, love you. And the next time I'll be live will be on Thursday with Patricio. So have fun. If you haven't joined the Facebook group, join that group, because that's where I announce the lives. And also you can follow me on Instagram. It's at Channel for Grace on Instagram. I've been going live on Instagram too, and I'm gonna make that a regular thing. I also have a newsletter. So if you haven't signed up for my newsletter, make sure you do that, because I send out a weekly moon magic report. And there's a lot of cool stuff. I also have an astrology course online. If you go to my website, and there's links in the description, I'm teaching a level 1 astrology class if you want to learn astrology yourself. Module 1 and Module 2 are ready, and I just did a summer webinar talking about the next 3 months astrological transits, and you can get all the information you need to help guide you for the next 3 months of this crazy 2020 year. So that's all I can remember right now to announce, but I'll let you guys go, and thank you, thank you, thank you. I will see you all again on Thursday. Satnam.